All right, so I will begin this evening's video with the official hashtag Joyant, the official hashtag Jubilant, and warm hello to all of my good trading friends out there circling the globe wherever you may be, or any friends I may have in any universe. I welcome one, I welcome all. My name is Doug. This is Trade with Doug. In today's video, I'm going to answer the question that may be on many people's mind out there on that globe, and is that should we buy? Should we buy Coinbase now, today? Well, the quick answer is no. No, you should not. And I'll tell you why. It's not that there's anything wrong with Coinbase in the long term. But I can tell you right now from experience, remember guys, I've got 2 decades of this. That doesn't make me any better than anyone else, but I do have a few stories to share. Trading on IPO day, the day of the IPO, has to be one of the most disastrous trading strategies of all time. I don't think I've ever met one soul. Now I'm sure somebody will type down into the description box or comment box that they are the one soul that makes money trading IPOs. But I don't know anybody that's ever made a living off of trading IPOs. Now certainly there are companies that come by. There's a lot of them that are trading way higher than their IPO day. So if you're a longer term investor and you really believe in this company and you really must own it, I will give you a pass if your time horizon is a decade. But if you're a short-term trader trying to make a buck, you're going to find over the long term, this is about as insane can get, because there's just not enough data with these stocks to make educated decisions. Sometimes they perform very well, but most of the times they do not. In fact, it seems like the more hype a particular stock gets going into IPO, the worse the outcome. Now I can briefly remember, not briefly, but longer time ago, if I remember Facebook starting out at 35 and just collapsing throughout the day, eventually trading down to 19. That's right, just a few short years ago, Facebook was 19, then it rallied. Now there will be a time and a place for a rally, but it's normally not on IPO day because there's a lot of emotion, and again, as I said, the more attention, the more emotion involved, the worse it gets. And I'm going to show you a few examples of what I'm talking about. Let me get the old trusty pen out this evening. Now you can see what happens here. I think this thing, don't quote me on any of this because I'm going to pay attention, because I'm not really watching this eye for eye here because I'm not going to trade it right now, but maybe later. I think it's IPOing at 250 or something like that, opens up somewhere here or just a shade under 400, runs to 429. Now I'm sure there was a lot of people that hit the scalp button there, bought that, made 30 or 40 bucks, great. But I still think over the long term, if you try a dozen of those, you're going to be really disappointed with your outcome. Now obviously right now for the short term, and anything can happen, we still got 45 minutes left in the session, but you can see since then, reality has set in and gravity has taken hold, and now you are down close to $100 a share from highs to lows. Now, again, it doesn't mean anything is wrong with this company long term. I know they're a hot industry with the old Bitcoin thing. I get it, all right? And maybe they are the next great stock. But again, everything has a time and a place, and IPO days are difficult. Now, I want to go to 2 recent IPOs to give you an idea of a similar pattern that you're going to see with these and how they play out over and over again. Is you got to understand there are a lot of inside traders, not inside traders, but inside holders of this coin, right? The insiders that get an opportunity to sell, and oftentimes they need it to hit the market here. But bear with me here. I'm going to take a look first at Snow. So this was an IPO a little while ago. I'm going to move this line off of here for everybody. And you'll see it did the same thing. Very enthusiastic opening right here on its IPO day. Then it sells off. It finds a bottom. And I want you to look real close. I know you can't see the dates down here, but this is almost an entire 2-month, a little over a month span of nothing. I'm going to draw an X, meaning absolutely nothing. Now, yes, there was a little spike in here. There was some scalps. There was some movement. I'm not just generally saying nothing can be nothing. But I'm saying if you bought on the open towards the high, you were underwater on this trade for a few months. So I just want you to focus on the pattern. Now, if you're an intraday scalper, short-term trader, you can find, some setups here in and out of there. I just want you to focus on the daily chart so you can see a rhythmic pattern of how these work. So after this couple of months, you finally get this really strong upward move. But it needed a couple of months after, actually not quite a couple of months, but it needed some time. That's what I'm trying to say. It needed some time after its IPO to digest itself, to build some levels, to get some data. Then it can make an up move or it can make a down move. But those first months, there really isn't a lot going there, only for the seriously advanced trader who has a dedicated process and can move quickly in and out. If that's not you, then you don't need to be trading it there. There's nothing wrong with that. It just, you need to know your place, your time, and where you belong. And that's snow. And if I can get you to, I'll move it to a weekly so you can see just a little bit more of what this looks like, a little cleaner with less bars. You'll see right here, if you bought on IPO day, you didn't make, I think this was October, you didn't make any money or you didn't come clean on this trade, coming clean being break even, until December. So that's quite some time there, 2 months that you sat here in back and forth action before you got this breakout. Now another one here is a popular stock as well, which is this, I call it Planter, but it's not, PLTR. Should I start doing hashtag Planter? It's Palantir, I believe I'm saying that right. I often mispronounce stock names. But look, it's the same thing, starts out strong, goes sideways, doing nothing for about a month before you start to see an up move. So when you go back and you look at IPOs, it's very common that you'll see what you see today in Coin, and that is a really enthusiastic open because everybody wants it. I mean, look at the social media mentions. It's on CNBC, it's on Reuters, it's on Bloomberg, it's got the whole pump. Is this the next stock to buy? Is this a great stock to buy? If Warren Buffett owns it, they're going to let us know. If Bill Gates is involved, they're going to let us know. And I get it. It's the thing to talk about. It gets the hits. It gets the likes. Maybe that's why in the hell I'm doing this video. Shameful? Maybe. Give it a like. But here's what I'm saying. When it's really enthusiastic and emotions are involved, remember what I said about this. Here's where the lesson is, guys. It's in the emotion. The reason you're looking at charts is so you can uncover who is behind the trade. So when something is going parabolic, like I mentioned, right? When you're seeing a parabolic GameStop kind of trade where they're going straight up in the air. Again, I'm not knocking companies or saying what, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the things behind it. I'm talking about these brief moments in history where things get parabolic and vertical. When you see something that's very vertical or parabolic on any time frame, what it's telling you is that it's an emotional-based trade. People are trading via emotions. They're trading with their heart. We talked about this already. I think it was just a couple of days ago. The issue with that is you're taking intellect. Like when you're learning to trade, you're developing intellect. That's why you're studying charts. That's why you're wasting your time watching videos. You're trying to learn. Why are you learning? Because you want intellect. You want to be an intelligent, smart trader. When you're trading with emotion, you're no longer a smart trader. You are abandoning your intellect. And that's how people get in trouble, because they chase things via emotion. So when you have something like an IPO, the more, let's say, the more celebrity status it has, the more excitement they create, the more hype that's around it, you will get people to chase that stock at all costs because they will want to own it. So all pro-Bitcoin people, most are going to be pro-Coinbase and want to own this. And maybe some of them just bought. Now, again, if you're holding for 10 years, do not listen to what I'm saying. And you can handle a couple of $100 of a drawdown. Don't worry about it. But the thing is, there's not enough data to make a chart. So when we're looking at the chart as well, remember, it's a motion-based trade when people are buying at $429.54. I mean, geez, it was $250 before the IPO. It opens up at $300, goes to $429. If you didn't sell any up there, I don't know what to say. Now you've pulled back. So you don't, these are your levels you're working with, 429 to 310. That's your range that you're working with. So, you don't have a flag pattern. You don't have a double bottom pattern. You don't have a triple breakout pattern. You don't have a contrarian pattern, a counter trending pattern. You don't have a pattern. You got one candlestick. That's it. So it's going to be harder without the data for this thing, for you to get a quality entry or quality knowledge on this. So what's the advice here, which I can only give to you? This could be something worth trading. It's certainly something I will keep an eye on. And I do hope that there's an opportunity to where it turns out like a planter. or, where you have a month or so of sideways action, a lot like snow, and then we get this really, really massive breakout. I'll be looking for that. But my word of advice and what I'm trying to translate here to you this evening is if you're going to trade an IPO, don't. Just don't do it. There are better trades out there with less risk and better reward. You do not have to be part of the cult or part of the group. Give it some time. Let it set up. Be patient, and you will make more money. Remember, right? The market always takes money from the impatient and gives it to the patient. You want to be patient. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Let's watch this stock. Let's see what it does. Until the next time, I really appreciate it. As always, give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these videos. Take care of yourself. Trade well. I will talk to you guys soon. Good night.